Hey everyone, welcome back. We're back at the storage unit again, going to get some more work done on the 79 Triumph Spitfire. Today we're going to remove the radiator and the upper and lower hoses and all that, so I can take the radiator down to a radiator shop and have it inspected and cleaned out and make sure it's in tip-top shape before I put it back in. So what we got going on here is down here, zoomed in a little bit, we got a cooling fan we got to take off first, and right there you see right there is an electrical connection we got to take loose, and after that it's 4 nuts, 2 on each side, and the fan will come right off. And then I can get to work on the hoses and such. But before we do anything, I'm going to take the fan off first, and I got a tub I'm going to slide underneath so we can drain the coolant out and all that. So we got to get the coolant out of the engine before we do anything so it doesn't spill out everywhere. And that's going to be the first part of the process. So when I get that done, I'll turn the camera back on and we'll go from there. Alright, now we got the fan off. As you can see, you can clearly see where it was setting. The 2 studs on each side that held it on. And I'll try to get you a good shot down here. The lighting, once again, is not that great. But you can see I have a tub underneath to catch the fluid when I take loose that bottom hose, to get the coolant out. And anytime you drain old coolant like this, please make sure you take it to a proper disposal facility to get rid of it. When I get ready to take the bottom hose loose, I'll go ahead and I'll take loose the radiator cap, and that will allow a steady flow of air to enter as the fluid's exiting, so you don't get like a sloshing action where it surges out and then stops and surges out, and it tends to make, when it does that, it tends to make a big mess. So we'll take that out so we get even airflow going through the system, air going in as the liquid is exiting, and you'll have a nice smooth water flow as you're draining it. So that's all for this part. I'll turn the camera off and I'll turn it back on again when we get a little further. There is something I want to point out about the kind of radiator and cooling setup that this particular Spitfire has. As you'll notice, standing from the side, you got the engine over here, and the radiator sits at a slant in the very front. Now in front of that is a electric fan, which I got sitting on top of my toolbox back there. And this was an option, I do believe, from 1979 and 1980. Before that, the radiator was in front of the engine, sitting straight up with a belt-driven fan. So if you buy, for people that are unaware of this, if you ever go to buy a Spitfire or whatever, because I've seen where people thought they had a 79 or whatever, but they had the radiator sitting straight up, it was actually a 78. So, but if you see the radiator sitting like that, it's a 79 or 80, because from 1978 and before, they had the belt-driven fan and the radiator sitting straight up and down. I just wanted to make that point up here. Some people might find that a little interesting. It also helps with the year identification when you're looking under the hood. Okay, I got the hoses off. I pulled the bottom hose off, and I got quite a surprise. I don't think you can see too well in there, but here, let me just pull this out. See down there? There was no coolant in this engine whatsoever. This could be a very big potential problem, because that means one of 2 things. Now, let me show you the hoses. reason number one, you can see these hoses are extremely weather cracked and such, and up here where you can tell where the band clamp was, yeah, that is not good. This here was the bottom hose, so I'm thinking most likely what happened is the hoses rotted, split, and all the coolant, water, and all basically leaked out the bottom hose down underneath the car when it was sitting underneath that pole barn for 14 years. Well, it was actually not in the pole barn the whole 14 years. It was, in a couple places in Florida. Then it got moved to Minnesota, where once it went to Minnesota, then it sat in the pole barn. And then from there to the garage for the last year before I got it. And of course, there's the top hose, and yeah, it's just, these hoses are absolute garbage. You can even see, I believe that's like one of the original British clamps, and of course over time and all, they don't usually fare too well. All the clamps, all the hoses, all that's getting replaced. But there is another thing that I am slightly concerned about. As far as I can tell, the freeze plugs inside the block look okay, although I know you can't see very well in there. I'm trying to give you a view. Can't see the freeze plugs too well, but they look alright. But one of my concerns is that it may have damaged one of the freeze plugs. So this has pretty much helped me make the decision. I've been toying with the notion of tearing down the engine and rebuilding it anyway, because it sat for so long, and it had 106,000 miles on it when it was parked. So this is just kind of confirmed my desire to totally rebuild this engine. That, and when I looked down in when I took the thermostat or the coolant cap off, you probably can't see too well in there. From that angle there, you can see a little garbage down in there. But from what I'm looking, it's even worse. I see some spider webs and some debris. I don't know if mice got into the engine or not, but that will be dealt with. I'm going to do a complete tear down of the engine and rebuild the whole thing. So, but yeah, back to the focus of the video is the radiator. I'm going to go ahead and also with the radiators I have the electric cooling fan. This is your temperature switch for your cooling fan. It's what kicks your fan on and off, so make sure you disconnect that. So, but yeah, the only thing left is I gotta take out, looks like these are the nuts that hold the brackets on for the fan. But down in here, there's a big nut on each, or a big bolt with a nut underneath on each side. So take that loose here, take it loose on the other ear, and the whole radiator should just pull right on out. Well, here it is. The radiator is out, and you can see down here where some rocks and dirt and stuff. Take it, flip it around. Down this end, you can tell where the radiator has been damaged before. The whole bottom end of this radiator, when I first got this car 15 years ago, probably about 15 years ago now, because I only had the car for maybe not even a year before I signed it over to my mom. When I first got the car, the bottom of the radiator was crushed in, and I had a guy at a radiator shop in Florida. He repaired it for me, and got it all in good working order again. So it doesn't look pretty, but it worked. So I'm gonna take this radiator to a radiator shop where I live now, and I'm gonna have them check it over and see if it can still be repaired and used, for the time being. A new radiator through Victoria British runs about $200 at this point. So I'm gonna see, you know, if I can put about 50-60 bucks into this and it'll last for, you know, maybe another year or two, then I'm gonna go with that just for the time being. You know, when I got, you know, more money saved up, then I'll probably just go ahead and replace it with a brand new one. But yeah, that's where it used to be. I ripped out the carbon canisters and all that good stuff, and the overflow bottle. So yeah, that's it for this video. So yeah, just keep checking back for more videos of, you know, the work I'm doing on the car. And you know, if you like the videos and you want to stay up to date when I post them, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get notifications every time I put a new video up. And I would, you know, greatly appreciate the support. If you want to look me up on YouTube, it's Special and Unique Classics. Alright, I want to, you know, thank everybody for watching. I appreciate the views, and hope you have a great day. Goodbye.